No matter how hard you try to grow and improve, you're always going to be held back if you don't have this. I'm Brian Ford. Welcome to Self-Improvement Daily. Let's talk about awareness. Awareness is arguably one of the most important elements to creating life change. If you don't know that something's happening, then you can't stop it. If you don't know the consequences of an action, you wouldn't think to question if it's the right thing to do. If you don't know what all of your options are, you can't confidently pick the right one. Awareness is closely connected to the idea of consciousness. When we're acting consciously, it means that we're acting thoughtfully and purposefully with an understanding of the outcomes. When we act unconsciously, we're doing so without awareness and therefore are incapable of intervening when the pattern continues. It's for all of these reasons that increasing your level of awareness or consciousness is one of the primary pursuits of personal development. And not just from an enlightenment standpoint through meditation, but as a way to better understand the landscape so that we can operate more optimally within it. Now, here's an important question. What is your system for cultivating more awareness? The truth is, there's a system underlying everything, governing what's happening behind the scenes. Some people build habits that function as systems, like a journaling practice to slowly reflect and review their day. And some people have a spontaneous system of asking for feedback from others who point out their blind spots and unknown weaknesses. And some people haven't created a system, which means they inherit the one that we all get by default. Positive emotions like joy and fulfillment, and negative emotions like anger and stress that serve as timely indicators that something's happening. If awareness is so critical to our growth, it's irresponsible to not have a highly effective awareness-generating system integrated into our daily routine. If we're serious about maximizing our potential, then we should be proactive about seeking out the details we're missing so we can make more informed decisions. If I'm being honest, in everything I've done for my self-improvement, doing exactly this is what most changed my life. I fixed my midday fatigue because I started tracking my sleep and learned that I was averaging under 7 hours a day. I started completing projects faster and with less stress because I started planning each next step in advance and reviewing my progress daily. I set the intention to take bigger and bolder action every day, and I started doing it because I had to report back on it every day. And new opportunities started flooding in. For years, I was operating on assumptions, thinking I was doing enough to make progress on my goals, but then wasn't getting any traction. It was frustrating because I was reading books and learning all the right things, but still wasn't getting any of the improvement. I was putting way more in than I was getting out. And that's because I had maxed out my previous system of awareness. I wanted to go faster, but my engine was already going at max speed. So when I upgraded my engine, aka increased my foundational system of awareness, the invisible blockers were removed and I really started accelerating. Now, I feel unstoppable. I'm making progress so much faster, and I'm actually hitting my goals. It took me a decade of trial and error to get to this point, but if you're interested to upgrade your foundational system of awareness, then check out the 21-Day Super Habits Challenge. It'll change your life, and you'll start seeing the results in success you've always known you're capable of. The link to check it out is in the description. I'm Brian Ford, and you grew today. Let's do it again tomorrow on Self-Improvement Daily.